Well, heart disease is still the leading cause of death in the U.S., and what you do in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s can really make a difference in whether your heart stays strong for decades to come. So Dr. Imran Arif is a cardiologist at UC Health. He joins us in studio to kind of break down what is a troubling statistic, that heart disease is still the leading cause of death for so many people. But there are preventative things that you and I should be doing at home probably to stay healthy, right?
That's correct.
Doc, thanks for being here.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's a pleasure.
Well, and in your 20s, you say that really lays the foundation for heart health moving forward.
Absolutely. You know, what most people don't realize that the heart disease starts to build up pretty early in early ages of life. In childhood and adolescence, you start building up these fatty streaks in your vessels. So as a result of that, recognition that we got to start and lay the foundation early in your 20s is very important. And what I mean by that is start building up an exercise program, start watching out what you eat, do not let the weight put on you, and go from there.
And heart healthy diet, of course, that regimen of exercise, as you mentioned too, all helps. You know, and I know we're talking about how you do it at 30s, 40s, watching cholesterol, triglycerides, etc. And I think people are understanding of that. But it really is the simple things that you do, as you mentioned, in 20s, 30s, and 40s that can have that long-term lasting effect, right?
Absolutely. I think another very important thing as you go into your 30s is to balance the stress. As you get into your 30s, there is career pressures on you, the families grow up, so absolutely balancing the lifestyle with your stress is very important in addition to some of those things you mentioned. So sleep hygiene, exercise program, and eating healthy will carry you certainly forward to build up on the initial foundation.
Well, and we have this wonderful graphic. In the 40s, which is where I am right now, it's to catch those changes early and be, you know, proactive.
Absolutely. You know, you gotta go do your annual screenings. You gotta know your risk factors, and starting the 40s, really you start catch those risk factors early. So having cholesterol checked, having your blood pressure screened, look for diabetes, look at your BMI and weight, and start working on some of those things early enough will make sure that you go into your 50s and 60s in a much better shape than what you need to be.
Well, and then when you do get to those 50s, protect what you've built. I think that's so vitally important.
This is absolutely right, because now the incidence of heart disease really catches up in your 5th and 6th decade of life. That's where the risk is actually equal in women as well as men. So you really need to protect what you have built up and continue to work on those risk factors and eat healthy and exercise and manage all the risk factors pretty aggressively.
Well, and two, God forbid something does happen to you, it's way better to be younger to have to bounce back, correct?
Yes, that's absolutely right. And I think just making sure that you do your annual screenings, and what we offer at UC Health is certainly executive physicals and early screenings for these preventive cardiology visits. Just work on your risk factors, work on your diet, manage your weight. There's wonderful medicines out there that can really lead you to a successful preventive cardiology aspects of care in future.
Well, and we have you in here, and obviously this is a really bright guy, but I always think, and it ties back, I mean, you've been doing medicine for a very, very long time. We talked about that in the commercial break. Do you see, are you surprised about the factor stress really puts on the human body? I've said that, I'm 46, and stress in your life really has defining factors on your health.
This is absolutely correct. Between heart and mind, there's a great connection, and managing stress and balancing life is very important. We already know that certain times of the year with excessive job stress or weather changes, you have plaque ruptures, you have heart attacks, and you have those kind of things come in. So I think managing stress with balancing sleep is a very important part of this hygiene, and exercise is really going to get you into the healthy 50s and 60s when the incidence of heart disease really, really catches up globally, and as well as US, the highest incidence of deaths.
Well, and the thing too is you have to, obviously we've had so many medical advancements, and you guys are cutting edge, obviously, in your treatments. The thing is that it's like we as people out there and patients need to become smarter on our end to kind of come together and get this taken care of, because it still continues to grow.
Yes, that's correct. And there's so many different tools out there that were not there 20 years ago. We have cardiac CTs where you can do calcium scoring and some of the other things, then really detect all these plaques early enough in your life so you can manage even more aggressively with medicines, particularly statins, and healthy diet such as Mediterranean diet, where you really lower your risk of heart disease and stroke as you move along.
Wonderful advice. Doc, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for
You had a
inviting me.
busy night. You're here
Absolutely.
this morning. We appreciate it
Thank you so much.
That information on our website at fox19.com. We'll be right back. Stay with us.